Hi everyone, as usual, our regular meeting on Thursdays, same time, same place, Twitch, YouTube and LinkedIn. Same thing as usual, you ask me a few questions and I try to answer with the best of my knowledge. It can be functional, technical, sales related. It can be anything, in fact, it could be related to even how is life at Odoo. We often have questions about jobs, how you can try to apply at the company. We discuss a few things that are sometimes related to methodology. So really shoot and I see if I can answer. If I cannot, I'm very, very honest with you and I tell you, okay, I really don't know. And I try to come back with an answer later. About those answers that I give later usually, as you can see, here we have a session today that is the regular Q&A session. It's just me in the studio together with Arthur in the media. We had a good surprise like a few minutes ago because we realized that potentially we would have how to say that, a power outage. So we'll have to cancel the session.
Yeah, electricity cut, but it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's fine. It's fine. So we can still have it for 2 hours, discuss a few things with you guys. Here, shoot any question next week. Same as on the 1st of May here in Belgium. It's a public holiday, so I'm not working, but I worked yesterday with Arthur. So we pre-recorded a regular session, reusing the questions that you had from previous sessions that we couldn't have answered because of mostly time issues. We very often have more questions than time's allowed to answer. So that's why we have a bit of pre-recorded session. I think we tackled something like 9 sessions, 9 questions. Few things, a bit technical, a bit of coding, a bit of import, export, a bit of everything, in fact. I just remember one for which I was struggling a bit and I had to watch a quick clip of video of our own learning system because I didn't remember how to do something, but that's good because in a way, that's also what you are going to do when you are facing a few issues and you don't know who to ask for if we don't have a session like this one. All right, so before you ask any question, I don't know, do we have the question already? Yeah. Okay, we can start with that question. I think I'm done with the introduction anyway. Just have a look, yeah, in 2 weeks. New session with Emanuele as well. That would be interesting because I've seen he shared things on LinkedIn about a new OWL course. So the OWL is the Odoo web library. That is JavaScript that we use and then the engine behind. So I think that it would be nice for him to come and explain a bit of the spirit behind that tech session and then ask any technical, well, deeper sessions than what we have now. The first question is is not Odoo related at all. How have you been since we last saw you? Very good, always super good. I don't remember when it was. I know that here for the last few, it's been a month, something like this, that I was not live, which is a bit weird because I was used to have it, if not every Thursday, very, very often. But then we had a point of sale session, and I don't know that very, very, very well. And we had Erwin and Romain that know that they are experts in the field. They were making the branching things with the hardware last week. Then we had the other Antoine helping us a lot on the show. I've seen that he was showing things on the payroll in Switzerland. He came here for a video a few weeks ago, and then he went to Switzerland just to teach people on how to use it. So very, very hands-on. And before that, it was also a pre-recorded session. So I think it's pretty much like 1 month that we had it. And we have also another question from Saliha Bentoumi, which is a regular viewer of our show. Hello, how to merge rows in a table I created using Odoo Studio V18 Enterprise. We can have a look at that. Depending, there are different ways to answer as usual. I will have already a question for you, Saliha, because when you say merging rows in a table, very often when you talk about a table, I would expect it to be database related, but as most of the questions that we have on the show are not always related to the database, I assume that it would be more like in a list view. You would like to have something where you have 2 columns put together, just concatenated in the same place. That's maybe why what we could do. In which case, it depends. Tell me if I'm going the right way, Ansalia. I'm going to answer based on what I explained just now. I'm going to consider that you want to, for example, merge. I don't know why we would need that. Maybe you have a better example. You would need phone and email in the same field. You can use that by going here, and you can create a new field that would be most of the time a char field. It's very important to realize that that field should be text or multi-line text most of the time, I suppose. Knowing that, for example, if I had to merge it with country, then it would be merging Amélie to one with a char field. And so I would need to take the name of the country and not the ID, so it's a bit different. Maybe I should do that because it's a bit more complicated having, let's say, or email and salesperson, so that it's also Amélie to one. So we can do that. Enter some text here. I will say merge Saliha, so that we know it's for her. Then we have this one. I can say read only because I'm going to compute that. And there are always 2 different ways of doing. Do we want to create and that's a good one because I realized earlier we almost never, or maybe never, I had to do one yesterday for the pre-recorded session, but I wonder if we already created a computed field before together. So if I go, oops, not that, oops, here, if I'm going here in automated automation rules, there's a way you can say, okay, auto compute, I said what, phone plus salesperson, something like this, and it would be on a REST partner, so that would be there with the contacts. And every time that we save, we do something. So it could be that I do it that way, or similar but not exactly the same. What I could do is say, not every time that you save the record contact, recompute this, but it could be that on the field itself, then I can go in the fields and I will find a field name very easily. Yes, we have one on the contact, one on the user, because there's a notion of inheritance. I could say that there as well, I would like to have a computed field. Maybe we can dive a bit into this compared to the one that we have there. It's a bit different, but the way we are going to code it is very similar. So I want to just check if it's possible to do it with a computed field. So going back there, I created a field using Studio, and then now I'm checking the definition of the field I just created, because there are a few things I can change after I created the field. First, when I create a computed field, I need to say the dependencies, which are, I think you see here, dependencies and compute, and it says that dependencies are when are you going to recompute? It's kind of the trigger, if you want. And here, if I want to have that merge field that is a mix of salesperson and email, I need to say that it would be the field email or the field user ID that are going to change the computation here. After that, what I always do is I copy paste this part, because that's usually in the computed field. We start with a loop and we say that we are going to work on the record, and here the field that I would like to change after is Saliha. Yeah, it's this one, and I do what? I will add the phone and the user, but sometimes we don't have the information, so I can say phone and user. So the phone is the record dot phone field, and I'm doing this. Just I don't want to receive some false information in case there's nothing inside. So I think that this is better. I'm not quite sure. I will need to test it, but as a first approximation, we can try this. And user ID, we can do the same as well. And then it will be maybe this, the name we want. So we can say it's phone plus up, then plus user. And we can check. I'm saving the field. Yeah, I'm very often using the shortcut, so you don't see it always when I'm saving. I'm testing this, and we can try here. Yeah, I need to put it somewhere here as well, not only in the list view. Well, it doesn't change so much, in fact, but we can put it there. Not new field. I will reuse. And by the way, Arthur went outside of the room, so maybe Saliha, if you already answered to my question, I don't see it, so I may be going in a direction that is not the one that you wanted. But let's try a few things. Anyway, the goal is also a bit experimentation here, and salesperson like this. Yeah, so that's what it gives. You have 123, 1213, and the name of salesperson. If I remove one, is it working? Yes. Also, if I remove one, yeah, I wanted to be sure that it's not adding extra space char, but it looks okay. And if I do this, and on the other side, I'm putting a salesperson. Yeah, that's good. So maybe that's what you want to accomplish with the notion of merging. You could do the same. So this is done so that you have it, and it's done every time that field value change for email and user ID. We are going to recompute that information. Otherwise, you can say every time we save the contact, so the trigger is a bit different, or we can say when updating a few fields. Thank Arthur. I was explaining you were not in the studio and I was alone. Thanks a lot. That is my fuel. I'm sorry for you guys. So you could do the same here with the execution. There are a few differences on how it works, but I realized that we don't discuss a lot about the computed field, and that's something that you can do on the SaaS. So for very small customization like this one, as long as you don't have like for 10 or 20 hours of work, we are going to consider that this is possible. Sometimes it's useful or necessary. Okay, so this one I will archive since I won't be using it. Arthur, can you check if we had an answer from Saliha knowing what was it? Because is she? I would be afraid that I was showing something that was not useful at all for her. Not about the list view. Okay, created a report from scratch in Odoo Studio, 3 columns and 4 rows. The third columns, I would like to merge the rows. Okay, it's not that. Okay, we explored something that was not necessary, but wonder if we can do this. You create a report. 3 columns, 4 third column, you would like to merge the rows. It's a HTML thing. It's not so much related to Odoo. Let's find some documentation online that is not Odoo related. HTML merge cells. Something like this, and you are going to find a few information about how to merge table cells like this one, like one header, two items in the content. And then someone says this, which is usually correct for the layout. We don't use that, but then you need to check if what you want to accomplish is layout based or really for displaying data. And then you have this, that notion of using call spans. That is something that you can use, but then how do you know that you need to use a call span in a table row or in a table TD? I don't know if it's table data, the D for data. Then you merge this that way. So here, because you have the first TR, so the first table row, you say I'm going to use one cell while here I have two. That's the result that you get: one header, content, and content. This is purely HTML, and as you said, it will be a report, so a PDF report. Then the way you are going to show it in Odoo would be to go in a QUB view, views right here. Let's say we have the row sale order string. I think that one, and then we go for it's here, sale order document. I don't know if I would have a good example of this one. I think we would need to merge, or do we have that already in Odoo? The same way you have call span, maybe you have a row span. But would that be a place where we would need that? It's standard. If you have a good idea about that, Saliha, you can still answer as well. I'm going to check this one. So do we have something for which we would like to merge both rows? I'm going to give an example that is not going to be nice, but that is going to answer what you want, I suppose. So we could do something like this, and here say quantity and price unit, or maybe we already have, I was going to say quantity and unit of measure we could merge, but in fact we already put it in the same cell. Maybe we'd like to have, or here the price unit and the discount if we have a discount. We can try this. So if there is a discount, we could do something like this. Wait a sec. Just for the demo. If there is a discount, we merge the cells. But would we need to do that? Or if there's no discount, we merge the cells. Otherwise, we have different cells. Let's try and see if that could be done. So either we have a normal situation here, or we have an abnormal situation there, and then it would be normal situation. We keep it as such. We have two ones, but if there's no discount, so See if we have a discount. Let's go there, and if we don't, so that's it. We are going to do this one, but with a call span. Let's try that. I'm not sure it will be super nice, but. And I don't know if call span is going to select the right one. That's another good thing, but let's try. So it was call span really on the TD, yeah, so that it takes both. I don't know if it can do that nicely, so it takes the next column and not the previous one, but we can try this and see if it's working fine. All right. I'm checking if there's something else I need to do. Yes, maybe add some discount on one of the lines. And I realize I still have my database of yesterday where I did lots of things for the pre-recorded session, so I'm going to hide a few things here. Right here, because those are new fields I created yesterday. So we can remove, yes, we can remove this one as well. All right, so that we have normal situation, currency, taxes, blah, blah. Currency I will remove as well. The only thing is that I see we don't have a discount. Is it hidden here? No, it means that I didn't install the module. So let's remove that one as well here. Currency up. And let's go back to the configuration just to check if I have discount stuff. Discount. All right, let's add this one. Did I save? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we have discount, and let's put 3% here, and let's try to reprint. I don't know what's going to tell me, and if it will be visible, the change I wanted to bring. No, not so much. It looks like it's not going. But yeah, we have a discount on this one, and the other ones it's not going to merge. Don't like this so much. Always my same thing here. Coloring stuff. Then, so it's number 4. Okay. Report, yes, number 4. We got it here. Yeah, okay. So in fact, it seems to be my condition that is incorrect. Since here I'm saying, okay, but if we don't have but display discount is for the wall. Okay, it's not that one I need. It's line discount, because display discount, it is yes or no for the whole document. So that's not going to work. What I want is a line discount. Yes, so that is different. So you see, then it's because here, the cool thing is that we have the coloring so that it can even help us. So either I have unit price and discount, because I have discount, and then it's the columns are not merged, or they are merged. And here it looks like they are both on the discount side, but what you can do is also change the centering, so that if I go here and say it's text align, I'm not sure, text align, I would say center, I think that's correct. And doing this, maybe I'm going to see a difference. No, because I want to show that it's indeed merged properly. Maybe if it's not text align, I have the feeling it's text align, but what you can do is maybe play with the border. No, it would be not text align here on the span, but here on the TD. Let's retry this. Not even. Let's check. But no, it's saying text end, so it's not going to work, because there I'm contradicting myself. Let's try something else. If it's not text end, it must be something different. And as we use, that's another one, bootstrap. It's a bootstrap text center. Yeah, blah blah. So what do we have? Text and text start, text center. Okay, we can try this text center. Maybe I should explain a bit about that. So there are lots of classes that we reuse because they're brought with Bootstrap. So that's why you will see text end, text. Then it's text start. Yes, text start, text center. Just to align things in cells, you will find everything that starts with MD. lots of classes that we take from them. So I'm pretty sure those ones are also coming from Bootstrap. So checking a few things here, because if I play with the styles, yeah, now that is working. I love it. So that is it. That's what you wanted to accomplish, I think, Saliha. So it's playing a bit. I'm giving an example here that is not that great in terms of usefulness. What is interesting is how it is achieved in terms of code, HTML behind. So a bit of playing with the notion of centering. But I realized doing this that it's not much. But in order to do that, you need to know a few things. Where to find the views. Of course, I did it again. I did it the wrong way. Don't do it directly in the view, but do it in an inherited view that you know by now. But so you need to know where to find the view. On my side, I looked for the report sale order document because I know the name of it. You can go and find this name also from the reports if you struggle to find the right view. Once you are in the view, find a place where you have TDs that you want to merge together. Try to find, here I invented a condition just for the sake of the exercise. And then what we needed to do, but that's for my example, if you want to change the class, the first styling I was putting here makes no sense because it's on the span, and span, they don't have a space in which you can say it needs to be centered, but a TD, it has a space, it is a cell, and then you want to say that the text would be in the middle. So that's why changing it here, I thought it would work, but then we have a class that contradicts what I wanted to do, so that's why I prefer to change the name of the class, and that works better. So in a nutshell, that's what we did here. I will be moving to the next question, hoping that this answer was better and closer to what you wanted to accomplish, Saliha. Then we have Talal Baitamoni on YouTube that is saying, how to configure Amazon Payment Services. I have no clue, but let's have a look. So we have a list of providers. A good thing is that I know sometimes you want to connect to a service and you don't find it here. I'm thinking in particular about, let's say, Google Pay or Apple Pay. You'll say, yeah, but I would like Google Pay or Apple Pay, and I don't find them there. On my side, if I want to connect to Google Pay or Apple Pay, and I have Molly installed, it's through Molly that we'll get there. Let me check, because I needed to do that a few weeks ago. And then I connected to Molly and I created a few things. I will go on my side, on my own screen, on the Molly payments, just to see if there are a few things I can show you. Because once you want to, yes, just checking, I'm not showing things that are too private here. I don't think I am, but yes, I guess I can show that. So if I have, let's say, my Molly thing here, and I want to add something here. I'm sorry, it's in French. I don't know if I can switch easily to English, but I will translate for you. So here there are different solutions of payment, but that one is something in Belgium that everyone uses. So you have a few different payment solutions, and if you don't see Google or Apple Pay, but you see if I have Molly, I can get access to PayPal, not directly through PayPal here, but through Molly. So sometimes you need to go through one of the ones that we provide and ask for a payment solution. But then if I go for Molly Apple Pay, then it will say, and you see I already visited that page, you go there and it's going to tell you, yeah, it's available in all those countries for all those currencies, and it's going to guide you on how to activate Apple Pay payments. And so you go here and it's saying activate Apple Pay. Well, it would be the same for Google, by the way. And going there, it will try to add it in your online payments. The thing is, if you want to accomplish this, it is going to say you need to connect your bank account, and we are going to verify it's yours or it's the one of your company. So that is what you can do for Molly and for lots of other software solutions that we have here. But if you say, now I want to use one that is the Amazon Payment Services, I guess that's what you want to accomplish. I click there. I never use this one, but I guess usually, I'm not saying it's super straightforward, but it should be. So you have, yeah, that I'm not going to be able to do it with you because I see you need a merchant identifier. Do we have some documentation about it? let's make that bigger. Amazon connector features payment services. Yes. So most of the time, for all those things, you see we have information for lots of different payment providers. We are going to say that you can connect to your service dashboard, but the thing is that, of course, there you need to create an account first, which I don't have. Let me check if we have a lot of questions. Do we have a lot of questions? Because I want to know if I should. Okay, because I'm telling you what. Can you go again, because I forgot the name of the person from Talal. When I have a question like this one, I'm like, okay, should we go through the creation of Amazon account and all of that, not knowing the time it would take, and seeing that we have a few questions related, I'm hesitating, especially since we have the information that is given there. So my proposition for this one, Talal, I won't have the time to create an Amazon account, get a verification of my identity and things that usually you need to go through to prepare that. But what I can give you as information is what you need to accomplish on Odoo's side, usually for the payment providers. So I don't know, Talal, how did you struggle there? If you're asking the question, I suppose that it's because you felt block or it was not sufficiently helping. But here, usually you test first the solution, and then you publish it so that you can test it on your website. But do it on a staging environment so that you are not going to show something that is published in test mode. You do that on your demo environment. Then, once you have your account that is configured through the documentation of Odoo, you will be able to add the information that you have here. So your merchant identifier, the different code and password that you have there. In terms of configuration, payment types, that's the same as what I was showing with Molly. You have some that are on your account on your Amazon configuration, and then you have the ones that Odoo allows, and when there's a match, or at least when you have them selected on both sides, those are payment methods that you can use on Odoo at the payment screen. So I'm going to try to show that with Molly. Hopefully, yes, it's test and published, but you see here I have card and ideal. I think that this one is fake, but we can try. Going there, do I have a web shop? I don't even know. Shop, yeah, I have something. I can go and add this to my cart. Let's view my cart. Can I proceed? Nope. All right. Yeah. I suppose it's going to tell me, yes, I bought a few other things. We must have something like... Yes, perfect. All right, filling in the rest of the information. By the way, that's something that I didn't know that we were having, like auto-completion like this one. Okay, good. And then that's what you have, the payment method that you have here. You see secured by Molly. That's coming because I have that configuration that we have here. And usually, as I'm in test mode now, if I click on Pay Now, it's going to redirect me to another Molly website, but apparently my API code is wrong, so that's why it's not allowed. But you will have that kind of little space where you would see this secured by Amazon Payment Services. That's usually how we display it. So that's more like something that I would say create it on your side, Talal, and okay. And if you struggle doing this after in terms of configuration, you can call us. You can get in touch with our support or with our partner pack if you are a partner. That's of course something we can do. On Twitch, we have another question like, why does the new AI app not install at demo.odoo.com? Ah, that's a good question. I would guess it would be available. Maybe demo.odoo.com is not yet on the last version of Odoo, on the latest version. I need to check that, because otherwise, if it's not there, you can definitely get it on the Runbot, either on SAS 18.3 or Master. Let's try the SAS 18.3 here at the same time. I'm going to switch between both. Do we have someone that hijacked the database? No, that is good. Do we have AI? Yes, we have AI here, so that is something that you can do. Yeah, I never used it, so I don't even know how to configure it. I should watch Fabien's videos because I know he shares a lot. Yeah, so you see, that's the kind of thing that you can get into. Yeah, so apparently there's a small glitch there, and what with Consultor, I don't even know how to configure this. Okay, that's the we are using. Okay, I'm checking. Anyway, this is available on Runbot. Initial question, and here you don't have it installed on the demo. Okay, but I guess that yes, you can activate it. So if you go on demo, you can activate it there, and it's the same dataset, demo dataset. So I suppose that there, yes, just checking here. What do we have? Yeah, OpenAI, Google, super. Agents, okay. Yeah, they're going back on the demo environment. It's telling me that there's an issue loading demo data. So let's check where it goes. Yeah, all right. So that's maybe the struggle. If you don't see the application, you can install it anyway, going to the apps. If it's the same result as what I have, because demo data couldn't get loaded, what you can do is go not go here. Is go in the configuration and use the same kind of configuration so that you have the same thing in Odoo. But if I test this, what it says, yeah. Processing your source might take a few minutes. Yeah, and you can put the same prompt on your side and retest it as well. At least, what I mean is that it should be available there on the demo website. It's just like the application is not installed. It's definitely something I should have a look at, because I never used it in Odoo, the AI, I mean, not this way, the one where you have a field and then you can ask to create a description of the product you are selling, or a few things like that with a / ChatGPT that I'm using. But this one with the AI agent, I don't, and definitely it's something I should spend a bit more time testing, because having a look at that, I don't even know after that where you can reuse it. I can have a quick look, just based on a few guesses. Is it a place where you can go, I don't know, on anyone, and when you have a note field or something like this? Okay, let's go on the product. Or do we have something with the agent? No. Yeah, that we had already in the past, but it's yeah. So. Which one is it opening? Okay. What is it going to tell me? Yeah, okay, good. But it's... I don't know which agent it is using there. Yeah, so... No clue, it's not very visible there. Open discuss, blah blah. Yeah, I don't have any idea of the one that it is using, if it's any one of those two. And did it generate? Yeah, I can use this. Okay, then it moves the description over there. That's super cool. I can copy it as well. But that is for a text field. I don't think that we can use that in different places. I think, however, that we have also, what I saw in a video is that we had also things that were related to automation rules. Automation rules over there. can we add an action that is using a AI agent or something like this? Execute code, multi-action, blah blah, send SMS. We have update record and using update. Yes, update with AI. That is it. So that is something that we could do just for a bit of fun. Let's try. I'm leaving the other one. I'm staying on the run bot. Let's try to do the same as I did earlier. Just like when I did for Saliha, a quick thing which was like having phone, email, or phone and number and name of the salesperson. Let's put that text here, and let's say that we want to accomplish the same, but this time not with code that I generated from a computed field, but with some AI. I'm going to check if it's possible to do the same. I'm going to call it again Saliha. All right, it's going to help us. And let's see. I'm total noob with that feature of Odoo, so I'm retrying here out of nowhere. Let's see how we can do that. Testing merging fields. It will be again on a REST partner, so it's a contact. And we are going to say when we save. Do we have that? Yeah, or on create or create and edit. Good. That is new. Before it was on save, and now we have on create and edit. We revert back to something that we had in the previous version of Odoo on version, I think it was on version 16, and then we changed. Apparently people were not happy and on save was not clear enough between create and edit. That's maybe why we came back to this. Okay, let's say that we want to update the record and say we update with AI. We update the Saliha field. Okay, do we have a prompt? Yeah, okay. Select the name of the salesperson. Do we need to say something like a field? Yeah, sales person. Yeah. On the contact, and it's let's say also no field phone. Yeah, all right. And concatenate the information in this field. Let's see what it does. Okay. Let's go there. Let's change here the salesperson information, Mitchell admin saving. Didn't get any error, but let's see. Okay, fun. That is working. So that is kind of thing that you have available. I don't know if we have a lot of other integration like this one, but that is working fine. So either you go for a computed field or you go for this kind of demand to the AI thing. I will try for the next demands that we have here to make more and more use of this if possible. The only thing that I'm struggling with is that I don't know exactly the configuration of AI agent that we need to have, and also on my database I'm on a version 18 and not 18.3, so I will need to create a new database, but that I can do and see where we can go with that kind of AI thing. All right, another question from LinkedIn. Felix is asking, hello from Spain. Hola, we are thinking in Odoo as our new ERP. How can I contact with you for a call, potential studio, etc.? Sorry, probably this is not the form. It's super cool that to have those kind of demands. It's excellent. You have different ways to contact us. You can ask your question here. Usually we try to go for not advanced questions, but questions that are more like related to first, that are generic, so we don't dive into your particular company. There are maybe a few things that you don't want to discuss about, but the best thing that you can do is call us from Odoo. Let me show you that. That's super important. In fact, there are multiple ways. Just to let you know, if you click on Try It Free and you create your new database, we will contact you. That is guaranteed, because when you go for here and you say, I would like a few things, you are going to put your phone number and we will call you. I can tell you we'll call you. Only thing is that just say that you want to use it for your company, so I know we will call you. either us or our partner network. If you want, there's also another possibility. We have a contact us place that is also direct. If you want to create a small message over there, contact us. And there you can state and ask a question. We will contact you. You can also ask to meet an expert. Here you have the possibility also on the help platform to ask a human over there and say what you want to do, evaluating in your case. So different ways you can contact us. And in the end, it will be the same. You will be put with in contact with one of the persons at Odoo that is going to make a demo after they listen to your requirements. A demo if that's something that you want. If it's more like, okay, I have a list of requirements, I would like that we go through this together. That's also the kind of thing that we do. Depending on the size of the requirements, sometimes it's paid service, sometimes not. Otherwise, we put you in contact with a partner if you want to be served from your local entity. Lots of time we have clients that say, yeah, I like Odoo, I like the company, I like the software, but I would like to have an implementing partner that is closer to me. We have a few offices in the world, but we are not there everywhere. So that is maybe something that you can do, Felix. So don't hesitate to contact us through one of those following ways. I'm pretty sure that I will contact you anyway after that on LinkedIn. So another one on Nicholas on LinkedIn, we have another question about, in terms of AI integration, what V18 can do. In V18, it's limited to the following. So you don't have the notion of agents, and it's here in the HTML fields, like the one I'm going in right now. You see e-commerce description, you do this, you have ChatGPT, and you can generate, thanks to a prompt, some description, ask ChatGPT to do something for you. So that is going to work. Here I'm doing it in the backend, but in the front end, so from the website, it will work exactly the same way. So if I go there, let me check, and I go on the website, and I want you, let's go here, load the editor. I'm saying this, I don't like that text. You can edit. Take the text here and say same stuff, ChatGPT. Oops, yeah. I'm always trying to start with please, but it makes no sense. Create a quick description of my company selling tires. Yeah, okay, good. Insert, and then it knows where it was. And then, of course, you have to change a few things. But that is the kind of thing that we have. It's slight, but it was the first thing that we did with AI for version 18. Now with the AI agent, it goes a bit faster, as I was showing before with the update of the fields. And then there, I think that the problem I'm having with AI is that it's not my first reflex. So sometimes when I'm asked a question, I don't have the first feeling of going for AI and check what it can do for us in order to make things happen faster. But I will try, when you ask questions, if I can do it with it. I think it would be nice to have a session with Emanuele. So next time we have a technical session, to try to do everything only with AI, meaning it doesn't generate any code. But all the code gets generated through, I don't know, Gemini or ChatGPT or Copilot. If you remember a few of the sessions that we made before, I think it was already like 5-6 months ago. He was using, I think it was Copilot that he has on his VS, and it was already helping a lot because it allows to work faster. Not do it for him, but he starts creating a function, then it generates the rest. It was working quite well. So we have another question from Atef Saoud on YouTube. In Odoo's bank reconciliation, after importing a bank statement, is it possible to reconcile a bank transaction with 2 or more counterpart lines? Yes. The problem is that when we reset the reconciliation, remove the matching, all the counterpart lines are lost. Yes. We have to reselect them all. Yes. How can we change this behavior? Development. You have no choice. I wonder if that's something that you would want. Usually, I'm thinking, so you have one payment tree document that the payment is reconciling. You reconcile it, like you match them together, and then you say, I made a mistake for one of those. And so you like to unlink, but just the last one. would there be any trouble to develop something like this? I don't know. I don't know how hard it would be, but definitely it's not something that we have in standard. So that's something that you need to unreconcile everything and then re-reconcile. Could you find a way to make it faster for you to find the previous entries that were reconciled with it? No. I'm checking if we have another place where we can do that. Let me explore something for you. Let's put us back in the same situation you are at the moment. So I'm going to create a transaction like we receive 2,000 euros. Testing. So I don't remember your name, but testing YouTube question. Okay. All right, we have this. We could click on match, but I don't think. Yeah, I have a few things still, but I will create a few other comments. Just one would be sufficient. Let's take this superb invoice. Let's duplicate it. All right. Then let's go back in my dashboard. I want to reconcile. So if I go and say, okay, I would like to reconcile both there. Good thing is also you have to take into account that for what you ask, you need also to realize that sometimes it's not completely, well, it's not matched to the number after the comma. So here we have a remaining part. So we need to manage all the cases. One thing that I can say, maybe if you're not sure at the moment you reconcile, is to mark them as to check, so that you know it's not yet validated, but you can come back later to see, okay, did I make a mistake or not? And that is something that maybe you want to do. But it's funny that here we have to check and we say set as checked, because I guess that is not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I think it meant set as validated and not set as checked, because then it validated it. Okay, so now we have this. We have this entry, or that bank statement line that is reconciled with those two invoices. What you can do is, in terms of journal items, you are going to see them as well, because I think that's the one that we have here. So it's 1-1. Let me check here. I would need to find. Can I make this one smaller? Yes, and the debit as well. I'm just interested in having the matching. Okay, one sec. Let's find only one that are matched. Yeah, issue is that I have unreconciled or with residual, but it's not exactly what I want. I want all the ones that are posted, yes, with a matching number. Well, I can do this eventually. Okay, but then those ones are partial. Yeah. I was thinking of eventually going there and ask for unreconciling only one, but I don't think it's going to work. I think it unreconciles everything. Yeah. So it's not going to be easy. You need to develop that at F. So the question was, how can we change development? No other solution that I know of. So can we have a look at the next one from Jabranouni on LinkedIn, saying, recurring viewer as well. Hi, I'm setting up a B2B web shop in Odoo, and some of my customers are tax exempt. I created a fiscal position, 0% on tax on sales, and assigned on those customers. Good. Taxes are still being applied in both the sales app and the web shop. Yeah, there must be something missing in the configuration, because that should work. So let's reproduce the same case that you have at the moment. So I will create a client in the US client, and we are going to say that you are in the United States. Let's try this. So the thing that you need to take care of, yeah, you created the fiscal position, as you said. All right. So here I'm going to use import export. So the good thing, as you mentioned, Jabran, is that you mentioned the website, the web shop, and you say also, yeah, but even in the backend it's not working. The good thing is that we can then first debug the backend, which is usually easier because then you have less things to control. We can just check by creating a new sale order, select the US customer, the US client. Here, first of all, what you can do is go in the other options, other info, and see, okay, it's import export. So let's try to add a product here. This one, for example, and we see it's selecting the right tax. So by default, that is correct. If I were to create, and we can do that, then if it works in the backend, chances are super high that it will work in the front end as well. What I will do is that for that customer, I'm going there, and I will create portal access with an email. I can say test@testodoo.com. Okay, and I will grant access to him. So let me copy paste that and put a fake password on that user. So if I remove this, I have my US client that is here, and I can force his password to something here. All right, now that I did this, I can go and open a guest thing. I think it was this. I'm not even sure. Yes, good. Sign in. Okay. I'm not even sure about my password now. No, that's good. All right, so I can go in the shop, but I think there's nothing that is published. So let's go on my shop there. Products. Okay, and let's publish this one. All right. So it's it would say this amount with taxes, this amount without taxes. Knowing that also, maybe I should need to change the configuration of my website to say that we don't want to show the taxes. So that is also some kind of config that you have here. I don't know if it's in website or if it's in the accounting application. Tax excluded, that's okay. So let's go back right here. Yeah, we have this. That is the price. Let's go back to my product. I think it's the right price without the taxes. Yes, so that's okay. And if I move on, I view my cart. I go into checkout. Blah blah, delivery billing. Okay, we have the information about this. I can already stop there for the front-end side because what I'm interested in is having a look at the quotes about the US client. And here, is it the one that I changed now? 1022. So this one, I will recreate another one because here it's maybe reusing the one I created earlier. So I will even delete this one. Maybe you don't know, but on the customer US client, there's a place where we store the fact that that client online order is this one. So if I take this one and delete, pretty sure that on the front end it's going to bother me a bit. Refreshing this one. Okay, let's go there. It's maybe not that same SO06. It's maybe another one. Yeah, it was 7. Okay, but it's good then because it means that yeah, it was a bit later. It's anyway good, and it's still the same fiscal position. So that is the one that is that is linked to the cart of my client, and it's selecting the right fiscal position and hence the right taxes. So that should be done that way. What could go wrong? Why don't you have the same result? First thing that you need to check is really the corresponding taxes that you use in the fiscal positions, because sometimes you have taxes that have the same name but they don't have the same ID. So here, very important, you have a tax mapping and where you are sure that you are moving from that tax to this one, that it's really the one that is active on the product that you want to switch to from here to there. That you don't have a duplicate in fiscal positions, that you are connected with the right person in the right company. It could be that you have duplicate entries in your contact and you don't realize that the person connects with another account of his, even though the name of the person or the name of the company is the same. We have that at Odoo sometimes. people create a company with their private email address, and then they connect with a professional email address and say, hey, yeah, but your the thing that I can see in my portal is not, I don't see my sale order, I don't see a few of the information, and we need on our side to unlink an email address from a professional contact to relink another one. So it could be that. That I'm not sure, but I would need to connect to a database to know for sure. That's of course something that we can do through support or through the partner services that we offer. Another question I see from Yes Talal: how do you customize payroll work countries? That is a question for the other Antoine, that is a fan of the payroll, but we can have a look. I don't have my payroll installed here. Payroll, it's one of the things I'm always telling you. It's better to do it on a demo environment because then you have lots of demo data available. So let's go here and load the one for Belgium, because that I know we have lots of things. Yeah, okay, let's do that. We have a lot of demo data. I can create a Belgian entity and have pre-existing payslips, so that I don't need to configure all of that in my environment. So let's wait a bit for the demo to be ready. It's taking a bit of time for the payroll to load. It's a bit long, maybe. I'm curious about the time it takes, because usually it's not supposed to be that long. I guess I'm not able to reach the demo environment anymore. It's maybe not the same. Let's see. It could be I'm now connected to another demo environment. No, payroll is there, so it should be alright. So if we create, so you have a few work countries. That's what you wanted to know here. Where is the payslip? Okay, to pay, or do we have a few? All right. Make that bigger. That I'm not sure, because you said the work countries and not work days. Huh? Arthur, can you go up a little bit on the question list? Customer payroll work countries. Okay, let me check, because I don't know how you want to customize it here. Okay, just saying from when you work to when. All right, good. That's something I don't know that much, but that's all right. 5 p.m. Don't we have several ones? What would you like to add, Talal? Because I'm always curious. If you customize something with Studio here, you will be able to add a few fields. You will be able to change a bit the layout. But if you want to add something that will be computed and that will have an impact on the payslip, it's better to go through development, because maybe I can maybe illustrate that with an example on the work countries. So I suppose that somewhere in the structures, if I take an employee here for the regular pay, I guess at some place we are going to use the work countries. I would suppose. Let me check if there's one where we use that. Contract wage. I don't know if there's a place that I can find easily. Display accounting, no. That's the one about work days, not the work countries. So from what is the name of this object? I wonder where we reuse that. Oops. Work country list. HR work country. Okay. If I create a new one, is it telling me something about if I go for Python code? Do we have access to work countries, inputs, categories? No. No, so I don't know exactly what we could do there in terms of change that would make sense. What else do we have? don't even know exactly when those are created. I see from there that's work country type attendance. What do we have? Overtime. Okay, yeah, but that is. Let's retry something. No, not attendees, but attendance. Do we have that? No. I'm trying to find information about how those work entries impact your the pay slip here, and that is information that I don't have. Usually when I want to dive into in the payroll, you have different structures. So what is an employee? In an employee you have the regular pay, and then that's something that we have in Belgium, the 13 months, and well, the bonus that you get at the end of the year. And there you have all the rules which will define how your salary gets computed. And I would have guessed that there now we would take into account some work entries, but I don't know if that is something that we use in the salary rules. Maybe it doesn't matter, and that whatever the work entries that you have, we are going to compute the salaries the same way. Yeah. But that I'm not sure. I think it would be better to ask that one to the other Antoine, Talal, because the changing the information, like customizing, it would be easy with Studio, but so that it has an impact on the payroll, because I guess that's the question that you have behind. This one I will be struggling with. I would need a bit more time than what we have here available on the show. Just quickly checking if they have. Maybe a quick thing I can check is I have the feeling that the German one, the German payroll, we have something that is related to work countries. I have a vague intuition. Let me check that. Okay, and we don't have payroll here. Maybe it's not under that name. Do we have something for Germany somewhere? Nope. No, I'm wrong. Okay, no, I will discard this one because I'm not sure I will find a solution quick enough, and I don't know how the work entries integrate with the rest of the payroll. If people have an idea on the chat, please don't hesitate to comment, because that would help a ton. But there, I would need a bit more time. I'm putting that in the parking lot. Going to the next question. If I have time, which I doubt, to be honest, before the end of the session, I would like to come back to this and check through the code how those are integrated with the rest of the payroll. Even though your question, I was telling you, you can go with Studio, but pretty sure that it's not what you need, and that you want these to have an impact on the salary. Maybe one last thing is that when you have pay slips, there's a thing where you can add inputs, and that's maybe where you would like to create new things. I don't know if you have input of type work entries where you can compensate or give money depending on the amount of days that you spent at the office. I don't know if that's the kind of thing that you would look for, but yeah, let's see that at the end of the show. Another question, I suppose, Shiva Prasata on YouTube. In a multi-company setup, products have serial numbers. During transfer, sales, delivery, and invoicing, the serial numbers is visible only to customers on invoices, not to other brands or companies. Wait a sec. I have the feeling that this is not the case anymore. I would say first question would be, which version are you on? Because I think that now it is working. I have the feeling that it was an issue of serial numbers being only visible to the company that contained them, and that now this is fixed. How can we check that? Quickly would be to use the intercompany modules. We can do that. That's maybe the best thing that we can do. Checking if it will be a good example. Yeah, let's try this. So the module I'm talking about is the intercompany. I think it's inter something, or if it's not inter, it's intra, or no, it's here, intercompany rules. Yeah, so that one, it allows you to do the following. Oops, let's close these ones. When you go in the settings on your company, here I need to create a second one. I will create a company in France. Oops, that's it. All right. I'm saving. It will take a bit of time because now when you add a new company with a new country, it's going to install the localization for that country. So this one, okay. For a company, that is good. We can go on one company, Belgium one, and say intercompany transaction. When we generate sale orders and purchase orders, warehouse good, blah blah, and we do the same on the other side. So it means on the French company, and we see if we are going to have. Oops. Yeah, we'll see if that works as well. I don't have a warehouse for France yet, so I need to create one. Inventory. That's maybe because I couldn't see it. No, there's no warehouse. I need to create one. Okay. So now, yeah, I need to save this and be part of both companies. Okay, let's see that. I will create a product for which, let's say, the laptop customized here. We say we want to track it, and it would be the track inventory, but on the serial numbers. At the moment, I don't have the serial number, so I need to add that as well. Configuration of the stock. You are going to find that serial numbers and lots. Okay. Okay, we can say that. Now we have it. Let's go back to the products. I said it would be the customized laptop. Let's say by quantity, no, by serial number. And let's send one from one company to the other. So let's go here, create a new sale order to the French company. And the customized laptop. Here, confirming it. On the delivery, I will, yeah, I didn't have one, so I will first create one in my stock. Yes, I will just bypass this by creating a new physical inventory, adding a new customized laptop thing, counted one, and the serial number is lot 0001. Good. Oops. We apply. All right, I have it in my stock now. Going my sales, here delivery, I can check the availability. I have one, and I'm going to deliver this one to the other company. Validate this one. Do I have the equivalent being done on the purchase side? I have here my PO3 that is there. If I confirm this one, I go on the reception. Do I have the possibility? Yeah, it's not going to offer it to me here. That is true. But if I do this, it's not exactly the good check. If I go in my FR company, can I still see? I will do it differently. Can I still see in the inventory the serial number? Yes, I see this one. So it's okay. I still see the same lot. Whatever the company is using it. And if I go on traceability, yeah, I cannot see the whole traceability. And in terms of location, yeah, I don't see everything, but I see the serial number there. So going back to your question, transfer, sale, delivery, and invoicing, serial number is visible only to customers on invoices, not to other brands or companies. Here I can see it with the other company. The only thing that I have is that in the reception of my company, I anyway need to enter it and not reuse it as it already exists. But that's not because we don't have access to the serial number. It's because usually we are going to define that in a reception we create new serial numbers. I think it has more to do with the operation type. So I'm going there to configure this operation type. Not internal transfer. Was it an internal transfer? Let me check that. Operations, receipts. No, it's a receipt. Okay, so receipt over there. Create new and use existing one. That's more correct. Let's refresh this one. I don't know if it's going to. Yes, you see, so that's the difference. So I can reuse the serial number. The only thing is that there I had to say use existing one and not create new, because otherwise the type of field, well, it hides or shows another field based on what I'm selecting here for the configuration. So there, without doing anything else, I'm just configuring my reception, my operation type correctly, I could get my lot being shown, and then I can validate. And it's the same object that moved from one place to another. So now if I go and have a look at here, everything related to that product, can I see maybe lot serial number? I still have the same. This one, yeah, I see one sale, one purchase, one transfer, and I see the full traceability. So that is maybe what you didn't have before, and it will pertain and continue to the invoices and everything else. I remember that is something that is quite new, the fact that serial numbers are now multi-company. I think that it was not the case before. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's maybe why you asked that question. Going back to another question on LinkedIn and YouTube from Mel Appeals, how do you link activities to products that are approaching the expiry date? Two different answers for this. Are we talking about a product that approaches the expiry date, or are we talking about a serial number of a product? Like, is it the product that is reaching the end of life, or is it a serial number that is approaching the expiry date? Globally speaking, the way we would answer that would be the same. It is, let's create a new activity once something is changing in terms of that date. So let's say that we have this. I'm not sure that we have end of life date on the product. So I suppose that your question is more related to the serial number. I'm just checking that. Here, if we have a field that I don't know of, that would be end of life related. So let's go to the fields. Would be a date field anyway, a date or date type, date time. So yeah, if I group here, date, we have those two: activity date, deadline, next activity. Yeah, I know that's about the activities and the time created right now. I guess what you want is on the serial number. I will make us last check, which is the fact that maybe that's because I don't have the PLM module, and that if I add the PLM module, maybe then that kind of extra date goes on the product. If it's not that, I would suppose that you want to have it on products like food products, for which you will have an expiry date, in which case we can do that on the serial number. It doesn't matter too much, and we can even from the serial number create an activity on the product if we want. Okay, so let's go back to the product and check if now we have something different, maybe not on the product, but maybe on goods, track inventory, blah blah. Inventory, do we have something with? No, we have the version here, but doesn't look like we have another notion of date. I can make that other check I was making before. Yeah, all right. Which is having a look at the fields. Sorry. Check that. Date time still 2, so that was not that. Let's go on the serial number, because now I want to check also if I have that expiry date. I don't have it. It's also a configuration we have in the inventory, so we'll add this expiration date on the traceability. Good. And not and serial numbers. And what we can do here, have, where is it? Let me check if it's a matter of refreshing or it's a matter of saying that the product itself should have that expiry thing. Expiry date, yeah, that's it. Okay. Right. Expiration date, 15 days after receipt. Okay, I'm going to just use that on the laptop customized, same. 15 days. So if that is it, we could say alert dates. That's the one I will use because maybe you want to have different alerts compared to the expiration date depending on the product. So that's maybe the one I will use to create the activity. So upon reception, I would set an alert date 10 days after on that lot. Okay, we can go and define our action, automation rules, and create a new one that would be create activity based on alert date on serial number. We can try that, so it should be on the serial number. When we save, so what we need to do there, no choice, would be executing some code, I suppose. So yeah, that's by the way, that's a good one that we could try later with some AI, because here what I'm struggling with is everything that is date related. I don't like it so much in the action, because I'm always confused between date, time, the different libraries that we have. So we can try that. At the end, I'm going to create an activity on the serial number or on the product itself. So I think it's better on the product. Let me check. Maybe we can create directly an activity. Do we have what it needs? Create activity, activity type, due date in. Wait, so when we save it and it goes to reception, we can even do that maybe without code, because we could say that's when it is. Do we have something that says when we receive it? I'm trying to find a solution to avoid too much code. When it reaches the location, good. We are going to do that. When the location is one specific ID that we're going to use. I'm not going to use this one, I'm going to use the one in Belgium. It's going to make my life easier, but we could do the same for France. When we go in the location WH stock, which ID is 8, so so when it goes after update, the state would be done. No, it's a serial number, there's no state. Yeah, but do we have notion of state that could be helpful here? No, it's when we write the information of the location, and that the location is, let's try this, and the location is in, oh, I could have done that, it would have been faster, stock. Okay, so when we update the location, and that it will be this, and I can say that before that, I think it's the same kind of story, is not in stock. Curious here. I only have the one of a French company. Okay, that's what I need. Yes, inaccessible record, that I guess. Okay, it's what I need to do is this one. So is in stock, and when location is not in stock. So what I'm trying to do here is say, okay, when we have that serial number and that it moved from not in stock to in stock, then, so when you receive it, kind of on the serial number, let's create an activity. Then that's what I don't like, the due date, because then I'm going to use the same amount of days. So if you have lots of product with not the same alert amounts, then this one is not a dynamic field, in which case I would rather go to execute some code to find the amount of days from the product. That would be a bit better. And we say check product status, and we can say that the user could be me in that first step, but otherwise dynamic user, and we go on the responsible on the product. That could be possible as well. We even have that alert date reached. Let's try this. I will purchase my laptop from Coca-Cola, which makes no sense. We agree. All right, let's confirm that on the reception. Validate. I need to give a serial number. That's all right. Lot 0002. I'm saving validation. Okay. I suppose that now if I go in my inventory, I go in I need to refresh this one. I go on my serial numbers. There, yes, cool. I have my check product status, so that is working. Now, the thing is that what bothers me is this amount of days, but that's one way of doing it. I don't know if yes, with perishable products, so that will work. Arthur is showing me that you completed your question with perishable product, but that makes I use a computer, but the reasoning is the same. You work on due date and alert dates, so that it's just that I didn't create a new product, but that works the same way through the same fields and all. If you need to do that, maybe last thing, you need to do that in a different way and say, yeah, but it needs to be this amount of days needs to be computed, then that would be a bit different. You will need to create execute code here and create an activity yourself, or add an activity to the serial numbers. Maybe we have a bit of help available here in the everything that is activity related will be fine, I think, in the mail module. Yeah, right there. And so I don't know if it's directly in the activities that we would see that, or if it's in the thread that we are going to see that. But I'm trying to find if it's easy on any object to create an activity. Maybe I shouldn't go that way. I should find something like create activity. I don't know if it exists like that. Create activity, set details. Blah, blah. No, that looks like very oriented to the EDI. One way we can check that is, since we have here maybe a little trick for you. It's going to take me some time, but since we have something that is called create activity like this, somehow in the notion of automation rules, there must be one place that tells me how it creates activity, and maybe I can reuse part of that code, by the way. That's maybe going to simplify it for you. So the name is create activity. So I'm trying to find if I can see a button very quickly somewhere. Create activity, set details, create activity, product to do, base automation. That's the one that we want. Okay. Well, I think it is base IR action, or it could be one of those ones. Let's see here. Because we say create activity, it's going to create an action. Is it that we need? This one or this one? Create an activity and discuss. Okay, it's do we have something like no, we only have this one in the IR actions. Where do we create it? Yeah, we only have this one. Okay, and here do we have activity name, activity summary, compute name? No. Next activity. No, it's maybe not the place. Maybe my idea is wrong, but I just want to give it a bit more time. Mail models. Could it be there? Ah no, that's about the next activities, and then okay, no, that's nothing. Oh wait. Okay, there are lots of things that are related to activities, of course. Compute activity info, no. Check activity deadline. Check mail, history compute, blah blah. No, no, no. Run action next activity, no. I would be curious to find maybe in the thread. Maybe my ID is wrong, guys. For instance, no, it's not there. And last thing, maybe the mixing of the activity. Default activity type, blah blah. I'm trying to find a method that we could that all the objects will inherit for creating activities, so that we know what to use. Yeah, it's just a creation, in fact, or what? Active activities and mail activity search, so that we can schedule activity. Yes, because we are going to create. Okay, that's maybe that. That would be scheduling. Really activity type. Okay, giving activity type ID. Okay, we can try this one. Giving okay, let me take everything here. Where was I? Okay. I'm going to archive this one, yes, and I'm going to duplicate so that we have one that is unarchived, but for which we go for another type of action, and we execute some code, and we say we are going to schedule activity, record.schedule activity, and we want the XML ID here of the activity type. So that would mean activity types, and I'm going to say alert reached. We had something like this now. I had the feeling that we had alert reached. I'm going to say, wait, no, I mean the CRM ones, okay. Activity types, so I went there, so there's a filter. I want them all, so that's where I will have them all. Okay, alert, man, where is the alert? Alert date reached, perfect. So what's the XML ID? That's the one that we want. Okay, oops. The deadline summary, I will put a summary that is blah blah. Note A, and we don't have a user, but that's okay. Let's try this one. Just want to check. Do we have a user that will be set? And that's weird that we get. Okay, that's okay. I'm checking if I can give it extra information, but it will create it anyway, and it will return it, so I can add it after. So, okay, I could do that. Say activity would be this, and then activity that trying to write the user ID after user ID, and then I put I will put my ID, but the best would be to go for the product. Let's do that. Activity user. We go for. We have a serial number. It has a product that is for granted. So we go on the record, and we say product ID. I guess it exists, and we have a user ID. But we do that. Oops. If we have a value. Okay, wait, because I put here, else we put ID 2 or 3, or I don't remember which one it is, but here activity user, I will do this. Let's try, and let's redo the same. Ah yes, here it's saying me invalid syntax, okay. What did I do? I don't need that. There is, okay. Yes. Still invalid syntax, yes. What did I do again? Yes, no, there's no if here. It's just the way it is written in one liner. Product ID if, else to, let's retry. This time it accepts it. Let's redo the same by going into my purchase place. And from that purchase place, I will go there and click on duplicate, confirm it, still with my laptop, matching the receipt. That's where it will hurt, because I don't know why. I have a bad feeling. Will it work directly from the first try? It's rarely the case. Close your eyes. Yes, it's not working. Of course it's not. Act values, yes, that's something I can remove. I'm not super at ease with everything that is those extra arguments here. I'm never quite sure of exactly if it has an impact in terms of server actions. That's a question for Emanuele. Then what else? We don't have user ID on product. I would have thought that we had. So that is not an error per se. It's more like I'm curious about the fact that we don't have a user on products. And I thought we had. So let's have a look, because I would have guessed that we could have a product manager or something like this. I'm sure we had one like in version 6 or 7 or something like this. So that's why. But we don't have a user. Okay, I'm going to do something a bit different. You will have to add a new user field. What I'm going to do is I will take a huge shortcut, which is I will select the create UID. Yeah, and I don't know if create UID. No, it's not a user. It's directly the ID. So I don't think. I will try this this way. Yeah, it works. Okay. And let's see in terms of traceability, in terms of serial number then, what it says. Up. Now inventory, product, serial number, that one, blah, blah. Cool. It is working as well. Okay, so this one, as you see, it was longer, but at least you can put more information that would be, well, not more, but dynamic information while on the just for the days. Yeah, here I didn't put the deadline, so I'm saying this, but at the same time I'm not even changing it, so that's wrong. I should have worked with the deadline here by selecting the one on the product, so that I add 10 extra days over there. But I'm not saying it's trivial, but that's at least you have the start of it so that you know how to do that. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I'm sometimes reinventing the wheel, because it could be that this kind of thing is already existing in Odoo. What makes me think that it could is the following. As we have product expiry as an activity type, I wonder, it's kind of weird that I'm creating this in Odoo and that I had to create a server action, well, an automated action for that, while it looks like we defined something for it. So maybe we just created it to help with data encoding, but it could be also that if it's there, there's also the logic that I created myself. Maybe it's there and I didn't know it. So one quick check that we can perform is have a look at the serial numbers again, or the activity types. Just curious about the alert one. Where was it? Okay, let's retype it. Alert date reached. If we have that, maybe looking at this, I will find. So thank you here for finding what I needed in terms of activity schedule. So that's cool. If I go there, maybe I will find a place where we reuse that in Python. Do we? Only in the test and their production lots. we use it and we use activity schedule. So you see, maybe I've done something, alert date exceeded. So when do we use alert date exceeded? When we run the scheduler, apparently we do that. So it looks like it's already existing in standard. So when we run the scheduler task, I suppose that this is done through some cron things. So as you can see, I've been, let me rephrase that. I've been looking for, where was I? Alert, is this one? My reflection, so that's maybe a bit far-fetched, but it's not always the case. My way of thinking is, okay, I did something for that person, I forgot the name of, about the product expiry. There's a way to do it with automated action, but then I'm like, okay, but if we have that alert, maybe it already exists in standard code of Odoo. So let's check that. In order to check, I'm using a bit of code, sure, because that is helping me finding, okay, do we call that alert the same way I'm doing? And if we do, it could be that, in fact, I've been a moron recreating something that already exists. So don't be shocked, Arthur. So let's do that. Let's have a look here. Activity schedule again. I'm just trying to complete. It's happening when we have alert date exceeds, and log an activity on internally. And we can read the, what we have here. Giving an internally stored lots whose alert date has been reached. No further activity will be generated. Yes, if it's already reached. Okay, and that is again done in the run scheduler task, and this one I don't know when it is done. Okay, here we inherit it, so it's another place that we do that. I would guess it's in a cron, that kind of thing. Where is it? Production lot, product expiry, blah blah, stock rule. Okay, that's where we define it. But is it where we call it? Yes, run scheduler. Okay, and that happens every day. Well, every day, every XYZ. So it happens and it's scheduled actions. That's the one that we have. That is the scheduler. That's the one that we are talking about. Yes, run scheduler. So this one, every day it will run. So in fact, I've been creating something that was already in standard. Very good job. So that's the kind of thing that you should avoid. That's fun because we did it in a weird way, but in a way, if it already exists, reuse something that already exists. It looks like it was already there, but we created it before realizing, okay, maybe we've been doing something wrong. And I'm pretty sure that what I did happens a lot of time in every consultant's life. So be careful with that, and eventually recheck it now that you have my way of doing. Check it with the standard and see if it's working better with the scheduler. Maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, we have a bit of time remaining, so we can struggle a bit more on a few other questions, like Malay Kamar on YouTube is asking how to register dividend entry from current year earning in accounting. I don't know, because I don't know at an accounting level which are the accounts that you need to use. So at the end of the year, you need to create accounting entries, and typically those are accounting entries that you create and that are manual. So you can put them maybe in a journal that shows that those are end of the year entries, but otherwise in miscellaneous operations would work fine. And my struggle is that you need to put the right accounts, and I don't know the accounts to use because I guess it's different from every country. So it's more like an accounting question than an Odoo usage question. So that I would say check with your accountant, and if you know the entries to generate, I can help you do it here. But I think it's that. Yes. I was checking if the reasoning is correct, but I think so. I don't know if I could have an example here with Belgium. With the P&L, for example, do we have a place where we have profit to be distributed? Yeah. And I think that what I'm saying is correct in terms of journal entries, if you need to create a journal entry, but I think that also we have a thing where in the in the balance sheet, is it that we are going to reuse? Yes, profit loss, and then you see that's maybe what you mean. But here in that case, you see profit loss of the year, and previous year that is stored in a place, and you can see it here how it is generated. It's selecting that formula, and those formula usually are the how we call that are the classes of the accounts. Let me check, because this one it is taking into account cross report means I'm selecting a value from another report, and this is the one that we select, which is B. I will open it just next to you so that you can see, but it is BEPL comp blah blah. This one, if I go on my profit and loss, and I select, yeah, I guess that's the one. Yes, same formula, but is it this one then? Yes, that's it. Okay. But that is the formula, it's not the category. So they seem to be using the same thing, and that's why here it reuses it. But so you have a line here that is defined and that has a code that is this code, and that we reuse on the other report, on the balance sheet, because you need the number of the profit and loss. But let me check quickly if we can find it easily in the accounting reports. For Belgium, country, yes, Belgium, we go for profit and loss. Yes, this one, we must have something like, in fact, is it this one? Yes. No, that is C. There must be another place where we take it, 9695C. That is not it. Yes, I don't know, because here we have 95 but not 95C. It's here. Yes, okay, that's the one we take, in fact. This one, profit and loss period available, and that means it would be, let's go back here on my P&L. It was just the line before. It's here, in fact. That's what we take. This is the one. This line goes back there. So I don't know if that's what you meant, but I guess not, because you're talking about dividends. But in the meantime, I was showing the cross report stuff. But no, dividend would be creating a new entry, or a series of new entries. You can check with your accountant and come back to us with the extra information gathered. Kyo Cheng on YouTube is asking how to get approved days, hours record for time off and overtime request out of Odoo time off app aggregated to Odoo employee payroll app. So you would like to get it off of Odoo for the approved day and hours for time off and overtime. Okay, so it looks more like an export question. How to get those numbers out of Odoo. So in the overview here, you would see a calendar view of the people that are off. So if I take some time off on my side, no, I cannot enter from there, but let's go here. We are, let's imagine next week I'm going to take 2 days off, not sick. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter so much as long as I have something here. I see it's here. You have the time off of everyone, and you can select that, and you can go there and export it once it is approved, or create your right filter so that you know what you want to export, like export things of let's say the current month. So you would need to have a first filter, like only the ones that are approved, only maybe the ones for which of this month, because maybe you do that every month. And checking if in the reporting that would be the same employee all current year. Okay, maybe I should work with. I'm checking here in the reporting just to see if we have filters that are a bit better. No, it's not. It's or maybe the start date would be better so that you have the month. Yes. Okay, we don't have the start date as a filter, a quick filter here. No, so it's the same. Reporting or management here, that would be good. You select them, you go on action, you export, and then you explore the dates that you need to send to the other software. You send the name of the employee, or it's a number for the entity that is expecting an ID of that employee. Just checking again your question, approved days, hours, records. So time off, that is it. Overtime, it depends what you qualify as overtime. We have allocation here that are time off that you allocate to people because they worked overtime. But otherwise, if it's overtime, you need to know what amount of overtime they have booked, and you have it, I think, different places. You can export the same way from the timesheet and then remove from the timesheet the regular time that people have expected on their week. So if it's a 40 hours a week, like here, I think it's the default calendar that we have, you would remove 40 hours from the timesheet of the person so that you get the right numbers and know how much overtime they have done. If it's timesheet based, if it's attendance based, I didn't install attendance in the end. Let's do it. Maybe it was on the demo environment. Okay, if it's attendance based, then up checking, yes, you would have extra hours there. So I could say I checked in today at 9. All right, and I checked out at 7 p.m. So yeah, it's not the same day. Okay, I was like, that doesn't work. Okay, so let's imagine 1 extra hour. This you would have this amount, and I think that in terms of this information, you could export the extra hours if they are logged correctly from the check-in, check-out thing. So there as well, you export. Again, pay attention to the status, because here you see it's approved, but maybe sometimes it wouldn't be, and you only want to export the ones that are approved. So it's about exporting information and sending it to the other software that you are using if needed. I think it would be better to go on your side from what you're asking from the time off and overtime place. But if your idea is to send it to the payroll app and not another software, in that case, in the payroll, you have you need to find a way to have it sent so that it gets computed. My feeling is that if you create a new, well, let's go here. I don't have any contract on this one. Yeah, I will need to have more information. You have other inputs, and you can put other inputs. That would be the extra time, and put it there, and put a description and account so that you have the amount of hours, and that would be maybe manual. We can give it a quick try, but the problem is that I think, do we have structure? Okay, we have the balance structure. I can try to create a contract for my guy. Let's say 2025 employee. All right, no contract end date, working blah blah. Fixed wage of 2,000 monthly. Yes. Okay, we can work for that. Just checking if we have something with extra time. No. Okay, let's go back to my payslip. Let's create my payslip contract. Didn't I added my thing to my contract? Wait a sec, because it looks like I cannot select my contract while it's there. It's not running. Yeah, I need to have a better wage. That's it. And running. All right. Let's go back again. Let's retry. Work entries may not be generated for a period. Yes. Good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It says out of contract. All right. And oops. I've been a bit too fast. I could add new other type. And do we have something like here, additional gross, hiring commission cycle, vouchers? Okay, I will need to create maybe a new thing here that would be extra time. That would be available in a structure in particular, in monthly pay, for example, and explain how to count it, and that that other input would be having an impact through a rule, so that if you have a look at the other input that we have, let's like single. I can try simple December pay. Here we use simple December, so it is a code. I guess I will find that code somewhere else. I'm not a pro in payroll. I have a vague idea, but do we have something like it was December pay we said, so there must be something like here where we have where are we going to find that December pay? I need to find something where we have a Python code that contains that December pay. Let's try to find that. Do we have some Python code? Ah, yeah, where we have this. Yeah, cool. There we have. Yes, and you can reuse that. Yes, so that is it. So you need to create some code in a rule that is going to say if you have this code in the inputs, and the inputs is what we have here. So in my case, it would be extra time. I can do it here. If you have extra time, take that amount. So we can try a bit more. So it is in what? It is the monthly pay, and that's the one I'm using, right? Yes, monthly pay. Okay, I can try this and say, okay, I'm going to give some value to the extra time by, I don't know, can we say that if there is extra time, I'm going to say, yeah, here it's simple.december. There's something like a computation. I wanted to find how am I going to compute that, because then we have simple December and simple.december, and that I don't know in the result how I need to put that. We're not too far from there. Okay. Do I have any clue on adding this somewhere in salary computation? Let's try to see if I can compute this one. Okay, December thing, basic gross. Other info, no, because I'm wondering if over there I would have that computation somewhere, but the amount is 0 everywhere. That's maybe because I didn't work at all there, while it would be in May. I would be interested. Compute sheet. Yeah, then we have amounts. Okay. Here we said it would be under the gross salary that we would have this computed here. But so I have an amount that is there. Okay, it's always true, we compute that, but hiring bonus, I need to know how to find this total stuff. Okay. Result rules. I don't know if that would work. I don't have a feeling that would work, but there must be something here that is going to make that number change. I don't have exactly the way to compute it, but definitely there's something with this Python code here, the rule that we have, the fact that we are going to take into account. I can try something even more like, let's add 10,000 more. So here we have in the gross we have 800. Yeah, now we have 10,800. So what is missing at the moment on my side is to say that we want to select the thing here times 1000. Let's see if that is working. No. I guess I have an error in my, and it's failing silently because here the amount is not changing while I have there that extra time thing with count. So I would expect it. What is the count thing? Okay, let's. I'm curious about that column name. It's a count. Okay. I would like to get this thing here. Extra time, code extra time, blah blah blah. Input line. Yeah. I'm curious about how I can get it better. Time spent in addition to blah 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 blah. Okay. Overtime. But there I already have a bit of overtime that is taken into account, in fact. Well, so two things. First, you can see that in the way this salary works, we already take the overtime that I added from my attendance. So if you have the attendance inside Odoo, okay, I need to refresh this one as well. If you have the attendance, that extra hour I had here in the reporting, now, man. Shitty. Somehow I was disconnected. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the attendance and let's retrieve my previous screen over there with my payslip. Okay, the attendance I have here in the reporting. Oh, come on. Here in the reporting, I have my extra time over there that is available. We could see it here as well in the thing that I needed to approve. So that extra hour for the time that the time here that match the period for my payslip, it is taking it already here in the overtime. That is something that Odoo does already. But what I wanted to do is you do it with other inputs. So in a way, what I wanted to accomplish here, I cannot do it because I fail to see exactly how it gets computed from the different rules. I will have a look at that. But anyway, from your question, you can see it already done by default with Odoo, at least in Belgium. So you could get a look at the payroll code and how it gets rounded and things like that. So that is a work entry type that you have here. That would be maybe the solution for the overtime hours. And then the work entries or the moments where you are off, you would see it as well, because you see, I suppose, yeah, there you see you have the my work entries. It shows that there I'm off as well. So it's already there in the payroll application. You don't need to do something more complex than reuse the rules that we have. But on my side, I started first by going to the export thing if you need to use it in another software. But if it's in the payroll, I look at the structure and the rules and how do we do it could help you. I'm going to stop it there for this question as we reach the end of the show. But I'm curious about diving a bit more on my side. Just so that we can go there. I see Arthur has maybe a last one that can be answered quite quickly.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm curious about
Ah, you are curious about which one?
So it's about POS.
Okay.
Box.
The POS Box?
Two versions.
Yes.
Wait, I need to.
Yeah. So there was a question about the POS Box.
Yeah,
The
Stefan Odyssey.
Okay. Is it related to the virtual IoT box? Or okay. It's on Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay. So from Stefan.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can give us.
Yes. I have a question about POS Box. I've understood that IoT Box is the next version of IoT Box. The code of IoT Box is Enterprise and POS Box is Community Edition. Is POS Box still usable with point of sale module? I meant IoT Box is not version POS Box and the latter. Okay. I don't know that. To me, it's the same. Huh? One way of checking that. I'm going there. I don't know if it's the right way, but
Should I get the.
you can get Robin, but you can ask him. So I'm going there because usually we have a few places where you have nightly builds, and I wonder if we have. I thought that we would have the builds for the IoT Box Flash as well. Odoo IoT Box nightly. Do we have that nightly big? Yeah. There's no difference, I think. So if I go there, no, POS Box and IoT Box. But in fact, have a look at the last change. Is it the last change? June. Yeah, and there you see it's IoT Box again. I think that it's maybe just a naming thing. Because there we go for things since 2020 until 2025. And I don't think that we change anything related to that, Stefan. I have the feeling that it's the code. The fact that the code is available here, to me, means that in itself the code is not enterprise. It's to me. I'm sorry because I'm maybe not giving you the right information, but it's a guess. If it's available, it means that it is a community most of the time, because the things that are private, we keep them here on GitHub, and you will see private, because otherwise that nightly thing, I've been on Google, I can find it, and that would be something that you can prevent people from doing. The code being available there doesn't mean that you don't need to pay a subscription for the IoT, which is different. And that I think that we detect when you have an IoT box, and that what you pay is not so much the IoT box than the use of the code. But POS Box, from what I see, it's been a long time there that it has not been. Yeah, you see, have a look. The last image was in version 17. But I guess it's not v17 related to Odoo, because I see the date doesn't match anyway. So maybe it was the version 17 of the POS Box, but not version 17 of Odoo, which makes sense in a way. Yeah, and here you see we have v25, so that's it. Yeah, so it's not enterprise or community. The code seems to be available, but there's a subscription per IoT box that will be taken into account on your subscription. Huh? Okay. Say.
So it's only maybe helping me, but we updated Odoo in 18.3 for the POS. And so basically, when you have service at table and you order via QR code, it's a single URL per table.
Okay.
The URL is super long. And with the product owner, MOBT, we found a quick fix. It's just to use the link tracker to shorten the URL.
Okay.
Because we do engrave QR codes for our
yes, okay.
Belgium only.
Got it.
And so it's quite easy now, and we also have a XLS file
Okay. So you
for the
say
URLs.
that the way Odoo would generate its link automatically would be super long, and if you want to have it in a QR code that you print, well, not print, you engrave, that you use a laser printer.
Sleeker,
Okay.
QR code streamlined, because
Okay.
the more the characters you have, the more the QR code is like with little squares,
Okay.
instead of just bigger squares.
Okay.
It
Okay.
engraves even just
Okay.
faster and stuff. And for the URL itself,
Okay.
it's easier to just
Shortened.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's automatic now
Good.
when you export it.
All right, guys, I think it's time to go. We see each other in 2 weeks. Next week I will be there, but not live, with a few questions being answered as well. Until then, I see we have still a few questions. I think we didn't answer everything. Maybe no. So I will keep them. We'll put them in the file, and as always, reuse them for when we have some time or a moment I cannot be there in live. Guys, enjoy your Thursday and the weekend. See you next week. Bye bye.